coolest thing down here. Come on.
Eric's the coolest thing down here.
Okay, wait a second.
Don't you love it?
The guest is always the best.
Absolutely.
You can't get any cooler than talking into a microphone in front of a green VW from 1974.
I know. And we laugh because just sitting in a room with microphones in your face sounds kind of silly, but it is strangely magical. And it's kind of like sitting here. It's like, oh my gosh, we're doing something.
Right, and I have to compliment you, Marla and Tony, because the green team, green economy gets a bad rap for being hippies and granola, but here we're sitting in front of modern technology,
Exactly.
talking about modern issues and talking about innovation. So I want to thank you guys for changing the whole axis of green in St. Louis.
No, actually, I disagree because when you think green technology and green economy nowadays, it is modern technology. I mean, our company, we have always been known as cutting edge technology, but at our heart, we're an electronics retailer. You go up on our roof, you go to Google Earth, type in our address, you see our, and I can call it a solar
like
farm,
that, yep.
132 panels up there, powering everything. So, granted it came with the building when we bought it, but it was a bonus for us.
You're walking your talk.
Absolutely.
Well, and what we love is that green, and I used to run a campaign called Green is not a four-letter word. Like, it's not a cuss word.
She used to have buttons and everything.
I do. I still have some, actually. But that was kind of the way people thought a few years ago. Is, oh my gosh, if it's green, it's a bad word, blah, blah, blah. And what I really wanted people to say is, and think of is that green offers a lot of great things, and it's really about just being sensible, using common sense, not wasting. Use what you need and leave something for the next person. But what we've also really discovered, and the more people we've interviewed on the Green Gab, the more we've seen this, it's truly an intersection between thinking a little bit, doing some things with purpose, great technology to allow us to make up for where we maybe don't act as well as we should, and also thinking about how that integrates with things that are more natural or available to us from the Earth's resources that maybe we kind of forgot about. And there's all different ways to marry those things together. And that's what I love about what you guys are doing, is that you're teaching people, you're helping them to gain that knowledge, you're helping them to connect the dots, that you have all these things available, and what's right for you, Company A, is going to be different than what's right for you, Company B, or university, or municipality, but they all work. And they're all moving us forward. The other thing I love about what you guys are doing that we get so excited about is that you guys are helping people to take action. We can all talk about this all we want, and if we're not inspiring people to move and do something, it's all for naught.
Not only that, what it also is doing is putting the thought in people's heads of, think of all the technology we use on a daily basis that's 19th century technology.
Like a light bulb?
Light bulb.
Incandescent light bulb.
Car. Basic electrical transmissions. I mean, part of the challenge has to be, what is the technology of the 21st and 22nd century? Not why am I continually using the 19th and 20th century technology?
And now I have a feeling that you're doing.
Is that it's not only just the technology, but it's also how do we get 21st century thinking, 21st century behavior, 22nd thinking behavior? Because I think you're seeing a lot of buildings that are putting energy efficiency savings or putting sensors on it, but then a human being will override it because I'm kind of hot.
Right.
Or
that's like my plumber.
I'm still going to throw away the plastic cup in the recycling bin. So it's this education level, and that's why I think the challenge has been successful with the partnership with the Botanical Gardens, is how do you kind of educate to change behavior? Because it's not going to work. We're all not, you can install the robots, but the humans have to oversee the robots, at least for the time being. I understand that future is coming where the robots will take over the world, but
that ties into what we were talking off air about the difference between control and automation. Whereas control, you still have the human interaction taking care of everything, yet automation helps replace all of those behaviors and automates them so you don't even think about it.
Exactly. One of the tours we went to waste management with the landfill site in Milo. But they're now taking methane and they're capturing the methane and selling that now onto the marketplace. So kind of that new technology that you talk about. This is actually a good example. Their landfill is actually on an Indian burial ground. So you talk about old and new.
Wow.
So you pass the Indian burial ground. Think about so it could date back to the Kokia Mounds time frame. So we're talking possibly 900 years of burials next to the landfill, which is our crap from. Can I say that on a podcast? Crap.
Just did.
from most recent time period, and then they're actually turning that into methane that's being used to power machines in southwestern Illinois. So that's a pretty good use of old and new technology right here in our backyard.
It's like, I love the book Cradle to Cradle because, and how to, and Biomimicry is another one I love by Janine Benyon. But talking about how in nature there's no waste. Every output is an input for something else. And that's a lot of the thinking that a lot of companies are realizing they can make more money. If they actually think differently about how they view their manufacturing process and all of their processes instead of linear. They think the circular economy, that's the other word.
Yes, that's the new term.
Yeah.
Circular economy.
It makes so much sense.
Circular economy is sustainable economy.
Yeah. So when you and I were talking a few months ago, I asked you what the most surprising thing was that you had learned and experienced with working in the St. Louis Green Business Challenge. And you mentioned that it was the networking that happened. And I loved that. Will you elaborate on that a little bit more? Because that was just such an amazing story.
Well, I think what's most fascinating about the Green Business Challenge is that we've done it for 7 years, but 44% of our companies have been in the challenge for 3 years or more. And so that's creating this core group of people who are sharing best practices and kind of learning from each other. And I think that's something that we didn't anticipate at the beginning. We thought people would just do the scorecard and move on. But they've kind of challenged us as staff people at the Chamber and at the Garden to add more things to the scorecard. They keep wanting to go deeper. We've actually added a champions level now to it. We've added biodiversity aspects in terms of improving your corporate campus landscaping to incorporate native plants, to reduce irrigation. We've added now a Strive for 75 program. How can you recycle 75% of your waste here? So that's been the most fun thing, to kind of see this group grow from sort of like what is green to now I want to do more and more, and what's the next level, and then bringing in concepts of the circular economy, bringing in concepts of the global reporting initiative, bringing in concepts of how do I do a greenhouse gas reporting. Those are all been new wrinkles in the challenge, things we probably didn't anticipate. So that's really been fun to do.
So have you guys talked about like a mentorship program so other cities and other places could come in and learn how to start their own program?
Well, actually, last October, the Missouri Botanical Garden hosted the Green Business Engagement Network of 40 Green Business Challenges, came to St. Louis to kind of share these best practices of kind of what we learned from the challenge, what they've learned from their challenges. Chicago had a downtown green office challenge. Westchester County has got a green office challenge. There's many that are public-private partnerships that are involved in the challenge. So we have done kind of that mentoring, but we've also tried to establish mentorship between companies. So you mentioned solar, Tony. We've had a lot of solar companies involved. How do we kind of mentor a company that's kind of getting new with new energy efficiency or new energy solutions, partnering up that way. Partnering up companies that are forming a green team, what it's like to form a green team, how to report that out to our community, what is a sustainable purchasing policy. So we share all those resources on our website, but also at our meeting, and that's been really a fun to, again, get this core group of people who can kind of grow together.
I may be that as I get more involved in Oklahoma City.
But once again, St. Louis ends up being this hub for education that nobody realizes, because everybody thinks, oh, it's St. Louis, you guys are set in your ways. All the cool stuff happens out on the coast, and that's just not true. Exactly. It's just not true.
So how do companies get involved if they want to do this?
Well, sure. They can get involved. Keep up to date at our website, www.stlouisgreenchallenge.com. It's open to anybody. You don't have to be a chamber member. You don't have to be a member of the Missouri Botanical Gardens. It's open to any company. We'll launch our kickoff event. Will be April 12th. Okay. So just stay on our website and keep up to date. And if you're just interested in joining and just seeing what it is, you're more than welcome to come to a monthly meeting to kind of see what's going on. But our scorecards are currently out there right now. So if you want to download a scorecard and kind of see the strategies, see where your company is at, again, go on the website and check it out.
Cool. Because I know I get the newsletter, and that keeps me up to date on some of the meetings and things that are happening and stuff. So they can get that on the website as well, I'm assuming.
Yes, they can.
Great. So what parting comment, parting thought would you have for our listeners about what you've experienced being a part of the St. Louis Green Business Challenge?
My parting thought, Marla and Tony, would be that St. Louis is a growing region. And the green economy is one way path forward for us to grow. And the St. Louis Green Business Challenge has been a great program to help companies kind of attach to that green economy, whether it's training their workforce, finding new innovations and new technologies, or even improving their own operations. I think we have it all in St. Louis. We have great St. Louis companies who are doing this type of work, and I've been real excited to partner with the Garden and the Chamber to do this work, and I think we can do much more in the future.
I love it.
I think that says it all.
Well, I guess that's a wrap for today. Eric, thank you so much for
Thanks for
coming
coming
on
on the
the
show,
Green
Eric.
Gab.
Yeah, it's been a real thrill, great opportunity, great to be part of the Facebook Live Nation, and wish
you
you guys
go.
luck here at the home show.
Thank you.
Thank you.